We're meant to feel good in our bodies. And when our prana is flowing, then we have strength and we have flexibility. And when we have a balanced, optimum amount of strength and flexibility for ourselves, then we have freedom. We have freedom in life. We don't have to worry about being limited and being uncomfortable. I'm working with a really wonderful client right now, and we're doing a month intensive three asana classes a week. And this is incredibly profound because this woman is in her late 50s and experiencing increasing discomfort in her body and lack of mobility. And when we started work earlier this week, she said, I don't want this to be my story. I don't want to have to worry about getting up and down out of chairs and being able to, get down on my knees and play with the cat. And I think that's so powerful and so inspiring to recognize that it doesn't have to be that way, that we are meant to be free and comfortable and easy, and that the practices of yoga, we work with poses that increase the flexibility, that enhance the strength, but that work at breaking the patterns, the limiting patterns of the lower part of the mind, so that we can access the higher freedom-giving, life-giving aspect of our mind that allows us to take the steps to have liberation in our bodies and as a result in our lives. And so yoga is by its nature therapeutic. It's meant to allow us to become more balanced, more comfortable in our bodies. And when we do that, our overall health improves significantly. When our energy is not flowing, when we're inhibiting the body systems, even with something like poor posture. When we have poor posture on a consistent basis, the digestive system cannot function well. The lungs aren't getting enough breath into them. The brain isn't getting fed properly. So we don't experience ourselves as fully as we can in most of our lives. And so the practices really help us to clear some of that up. A lot of that up, depending on how far we take it. If we work with Ayurveda and Yoga together, transformation is absolutely incredible. So even just doing 5 minutes a day of poses, just really working on the breath, working on areas that challenge you is so profound, so profound for all parts of your being, all parts of our being. Committing to a daily practice for me was one of the biggest life changers. And I went from being, going into depression, going into depression and judgment and fear and doubt so often to being mostly free of that. And when, I'm human. So when I go to those places, it's not nearly as deep and definitely not as long. And I have that overriding sense that all is well and that I can make a shift out of it. And so that transformation is something that is so dear to my heart. And if anyone is having any physical pains or problems, then the practices can be put together for you uniquely in a way that helps you transcend them, that helps you completely move beyond them. And just as we get older, we can keep getting more comfortable in our bodies. In Ayurveda, there's 6 stages to life. There's birth. There's prior to birth, there's pure existence. And then there's birth. And then there's growth. And then there's maintenance and decay and death. And that's true for the human life, but that's true for anything on the planet as well. Everything has that life cycle. So pure existence and birth are pretty fixed, right? Growth is it's going to be pretty standard. We have our growth period. But then this maintenance and decay phase, these 2 phases are what we have control over. So ideally what we do is we lengthen out the maintenance phase and we decrease the decay phase. And that's how we can keep feeling better as we age. Getting stiff and immobile as we get older, I've had friends say to me, oh yeah, my back hurts or my hip hurts, I'm getting old. And people in their 30s don't have to be experiencing that discomfort. So again, if you have any problem or pain and you are inspired to get rid of it, send me a message, because it is one of the things I love most in the world, is helping people to access their innate healing potential, their best state of balance, to see how all areas of life can transform. Confidence, clarity, communication, ease, love, joy, peace, patience. It is just so profound what these practices do, because ultimately they get our energy flowing. They release blockages and allow us to connect in with our innermost selves once again. So I'm just so inspired by the practices, and so inspired by this woman in particular who is, at a place where she's really tired of declining, and isn't willing to have it be part of her story anymore. And each and every one of us can make that choice for ourselves. So if you would like any guidance on yoga and how it might guide you, then send me a message. I'm happy to chat about it, and we can see what we can do. But otherwise, definitely find a pose or two to do every day where you are working with your body and with your breath, and allowing for that connection, allowing for that movement of energy, and just honoring this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful body that you have. Beautiful, magical, miraculous. And taking care of that, because it truly is this little vehicle that we are riding out this human existence in. And so enjoy it. Do the things that you need to do to really enjoy it. Namaste.